Hi everyone, I hope you're sitting down and holding on to your hats, because I've got an all-you-can-eat brunch to show you, and boy, it's a doozy. Welcome to Let's Eat Vegas, a guide to Las Vegas restaurants, buffets, and other eating establishments, showing you the good, the bad, and the delicious. Today, I invite you to join us for what we think is the best brunch we've ever experienced. Wow, where do I begin? Do yourself a favor and please try LAVO for brunch. You won't be disappointed, I promise you. Sometimes you can look right at something and never see it. I've been looking for Sunday brunch places for years, but always just skimmed past LAVO, never looking deeper. I didn't realize until now it was a hidden gem all along, hiding right in plain sight. LAVO is located on the Strip in the fabulous Palazzo Hotel. The Ace Brunch is available every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it's not a buffet, so the servers take your order and serve the food. This is without a doubt, hands down, the best brunch experience you can treat yourself to in Las Vegas. I fully didn't expect to even like this place. And well, I didn't like it. I loved it. From start to finish, there was not one thing we ordered off the brunch menu that we wouldn't gladly order again. This may very well be the best Italian food I've tasted on the Strip, off the Strip, or anywhere else in Vegas for that matter. The only place I think you'll find food this good is at your Italian Nona's house or my kitchen. The oysters, they are exceptionally fresh. You can order up to 24 at a time per table. And I love the seaweed strewn over the tray. It's a great presentation. The Blue Point oysters are a very good size and not at all fishy. They come with a choice of cocktail sauce, a Tabasco-based sauce, a Meuniere sauce, and fresh horseradish. I only had 6 since I ordered so much food, but I could have eaten more. They were so delicious. This Tuna Tartare, so fresh and well balanced. The flatbread is the perfect accompaniment to the wonderfully seasoned tuna and beautifully layered and thoroughly delicious avocado. This appetizer tastes even better than it looks. The tuna has notes of citrus and ponzu, as well as a nice salty flavor. It would do any sushi chef proud. The meal began with fresh pastries. The croissant is comparable to the ones I had while living in Belgium and Paris. Flaky and buttery. I've tried to find a great croissant here in Vegas, and this is by far the best I've found. It's really wonderful. It makes a beautiful mess of flakes falling everywhere with each bite. I would gladly pay for this buffet just to stuff my face with these croissants. The donuts were excellent, light, airy, and wonderful texture, and the muffins were equally as good. Deep down, you know you should not indulge and avoid eating from this plate so as not to fill you up. But it's impossible to resist. And look at this, real shaved truffles. If nothing else, this makes the price you pay for the buffet a bargain. Wow, what can I say about this pizza? It's got it all. The crust is terrific, and if you know anything about me, you know my preference for thin crust pizza. LAVO's was very satisfying to any pizza lover. I had both the truffle and the margarita. I love them both. Each is fantastic. Again, this is an item I always recommend skipping at any all-you-can-eat affair, but it was just too good to avoid. The chicken Alfredo pasta. Where do I begin? I had no idea I'd be such a fan. I don't usually go for chicken and pasta. This is strictly an American thing. In Italy, you'll never find chefs mixing chicken into a purely pasta dish. It's always served on the side. But the pasta here is perfectly al dente and tasted homemade. The sauce is made inside an open wheel of Parmesan cheese. Then the pasta is mixed into the freshly created sauce. The result? Pure magic. So creamy and rich. And the chicken is so fresh and moist, I was able to overcome my usual hesitance to chicken and pasta pairings. This is a fantastic dish, and not one to be missed. Breakfast sausage. Oh my God. It reminds me of the sausage I made in my restaurant on the weekends when I served brunch. This is the best I've had since those days. Look at how juicy this is. I love the sage, pepper, and maple syrup they use in it. It's truly delicious. I can honestly say that this is probably one of the best Caesar salads in the city. Creamy with top-shelf Parmesan cheese. Is it a true Caesar, like the ones they make at Caesar's Hotel in Tijuana? No, but it's darn good. Maybe one of the best I've ever tasted. Different than a tableside Caesar, but nevertheless, very, very good. Pasta alla vodka. This is one of those now ubiquitous dishes. Rarely is it as good as it is widespread. This was by far my favorite dish of the day. Phenomenal flavors. Bits of prosciutto ham, cream, vodka, and tomato make up a decadent sauce that I just couldn't get enough of. The penne was al dente and I loved it. Yet another standout dish you have to try. Next we had the pasta with tomato and basil. This was so fresh. Reminds me of the sauce I had as a kid every Sunday at noon, sharp. Onion, garlic, basil, and fresh tomatoes. A glorious combination in just the right proportions. I rarely feel this way at a restaurant, but here my mind was flooded with childhood memories. What a surprise and delight. And here we go again. One of the best chicken and waffles I've had in Vegas. The chicken is so nice and crispy, cooked to perfection, not overdone and dry as many I've had here. I love the breading on it, not greasy at all, and very well seasoned with salt and pepper, hints of sage and garlic. Aioli is a great touch as well. It really brings out the robust flavors of the chicken while at the same time not interfering with the simple maple syrup and the fantastic waffle underneath. The waffle was also great, perfectly balanced, crisp on the outside, and not overcooked. Fantastic. Look at these pancakes, so nice and fluffy. It's obviously they're freshly made from a truly wonderful batter. I can taste the buttermilk. They're buttery and lighter than air. If there weren't so many other things on this buffet, and I weren't wanting to try so many of these other dishes, I'd gladly eat these and even put in another order. That's how good they are. Infused with fresh blueberries, topped with powdered sugar, more fresh blueberries available on the side, and of course, real maple syrup. They're a must-try. I'm a huge fan of real maple syrup, and it's all about quality at LAVO. And remember, you don't have to finish everything on your plate, so just eat, share, and enjoy these delightful, perfect pancakes. Have you ever seen a beet salad like this? Right off the bat, you're drawn by this beautiful presentation. I love the colors in this plate. They get points for just the visuals in this gorgeous salad. The beets are skillfully roasted. They're tender, but not mushy. The dressing is light and flavorful. I love the little slices of blood orange and the dill that gives aromatic pops of flavor to this wonderful salad. I overheard a woman at the next table telling our server that this was the best beet salad she'd ever tasted. And I see why she thought that. The flavors, crisp and clean, just a tremendous dish. These truffle fries, they're just like the ones we served at our restaurant. Very crispy and wonderful. Just enough truffle and Parmesan cheese to give them richness without being overpowering. I could eat these all day long. They serve them with ketchup, but they would be better with a nice garlic aioli. I love ketchup, but not on truffle fries. The desserts come in a large plate. Chocolate fondue, fresh strawberries, pineapple, Rice Krispie treat were so over-the-top rich and creamy, a chocolate lover's dream come true. Served warm and perfect for dipping with the fresh fruit, or anything else for that matter. I have to admit, I tried almost everything on my plate in this rich, warm, decadent lava, and they were all only made better with the addition of the hot melted chocolate. There were also 3 assorted macaroons, brownie, tiramisu, Nutella cake, red velvet cookie, and carrot cake. These are 3 of the best macaroons I've ever eaten. Pear, orange, and pineapple. Truly remarkable. Lighter than air, crisp and fresh on the outside. The filling is well balanced, fruity and creamy at the same time, and very cleverly and imaginatively decorated. They were the complete package. The red velvet cookie had a great taste, but had been refrigerated so the texture was less than perfect. I'd love it if they served them room temperature or fresh out of the oven. I did like the white chocolate chips, walnuts, and chocolate chips. They were dispersed throughout and really made the cookie exceptional. The tiramisu was better than most I've had in any restaurant and certainly any buffet in the city. First of all, it was a real tiramisu with layers of coffee-soaked pastry that retained its integrity and at the same time had a sharpness to it. The creamy inside was a perfect balance to these little treats. Many places in the city use this unusual approach to tiramisu in which Madeira wine is soaked into sponge cake. Here, it was espresso coffee and lady fingers, as I feel it should be made, and it was terrific. This is the tiramisu of my youth. My mother would have loved this. The Nutella cake was my favorite. I love Nutella, And if you do too, this will also be your favorite dessert on the dish. It's crispy without being too abrasive, and the Nutella mousse on the inside is not too rich, just enough to be satisfying. It was fluffy with the perfect texture. Absolutely wonderful. Boy, this brownie was great too. Very much up our alley, and just enough after this big meal. It's dense with decadent, chewy chocolate goodness. The chocolate's not for the faint of heart. It's very rich, it's a bittersweet chocolate, but very satisfying for we chocolate lovers. And finally, the carrot cake. It's a little perfect bite. I love the candied carrots on top. The cake was moist, and the cream cheese frosting was fantastic. I find at many other buffets the carrot cake is more like a carrot muffin, kind of rustic, not very moist or sweet. Usually too many carrots and nuts that detract from its sweetness. I also detest when a carrot cake is flavored with way too many spices, and it's indistinguishable from its cousin, the spice cake. At LAVO, the carrot cake is not merely an afterthought, it's a shining star. Growing up in an Italian household of great cooks, and then later preparing authentic Italian cuisine in the West Hollywood, Beverly Hills area, I was reluctant to try LAVO, as I am to try any Italian restaurant, anytime, anywhere. This time though, my reluctance to try Italian came back to bite me. I'm so glad I broke through and tried LAVO. In conclusion, we really love this place and can't wait to go back and take friends for a nice quiet weekend brunch. You know, sometimes you bring friends to a new find, and when the food comes out, your friends aren't overly impressed. Well, if my friends don't like this place, I'll definitely have to do some reassessing, but it won't be about LAVO. And one final thing, maybe I forgot to mention it. The croissants were bloody fantastic. I may have to stage a diversion on my next visit so I can stuff several under my shirt on the way out. I hope they offer this brunch for years to come so that you too can give it a try. I've now found my new favorite place on the Strip, and I'm certain it will be yours as well. Run, don't walk to LAVO Sunday Brunch for the best food and deal in town. Hope to see you there, and don't forget to tell them Let's Eat Vegas sent you. I know we're all guilty of watching videos on YouTube and not subscribing. As a reminder, it's free to subscribe, and it really helps us bring you more videos. So please like, subscribe, share, comment, and hit the notifications bell. It means a lot to us. Until we eat again, bon appetit.